Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to see this, I would like to offer the Elemental Relationship or Love and Relationship reading for the elemental energy of water for 2025 of June. And if you've never had your charts read, you can. There's a link in the description for a really cool basic chart. It gives you the 12 houses plus 10 to 20 pages of a description. It's not an endorsement or anything like that. It's just a really cool product. So, water covers the zodiac signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if you are one of the fishies, then this is for you, or you have water high up in your charts. This one is there. And how I like to do my relationship readings is we look at the singles first, then the couples, and we look at what chakra is lighting up, kind of where your focus energy is for this month, and then we'll pull some tarot and get a little more information about it. So we'll start off with for our water singles, is number 49, Compassion. So you're starting off, and I'll get into the book because there's a lot of information there. But what I'm getting from this one is water singles, this is a time for you to be gentle with yourself, but also come to an understanding with how other people are. It doesn't mean you have to date them, it doesn't mean you have to go do anything with them, but when you're walking through the world, just paying attention to how other people are dealing with stuff, what are their trials, what are their struggles, and remember that you've had your own. And what this is really saying is apply the compassion that you basically desired to other people when they're having their struggles. That doesn't mean enable them. That's not what we're saying. It just says be able to, because water is really empathic anyway, be able to look at that person and come to an understanding of, okay, this is where they're at. What could I do? Or if you're involved in that situation, what can I do to support it? Or if you're not involved, watch and see if there's something that maybe you can step in on. It's not a matter of forcing, it's just a matter of paying attention. So, we are in the crown chakra, that's this one up here, and it's the highest aspect of the original chakra system. The deity is Tripura Sundari, that's this one. This goddess embodies the beauty of inspiration and the ascension to the 7th chakra. Through her, you can recognize everything as divine, including the divine qualities within your own being. And keywords here, for those who enjoy those: innocence, childlike wonder, compassion, love beyond attachment, magic in the moment, and expanding your capacity to give love, nurturing of others, and the heart of radiance. Water singles, this is really a time for you to look at things through the lens of agape love. Now, does that mean that, y'all stay single through the month of June? Maybe, maybe not. The universe is a little vague on that one right now is what I'm hearing. But it's really saying is if you start to look at things through that lens of compassion, that lens of where is this person coming from? Where are they headed? Is there something that I can do to help? And if so, is that something that's viable for you? And if not, offer some positive prayers, energy, vibration, so that they can find that path on their own. Everything through the agape aspect is done through the lens of God, Source, Divine. Allow this energy to bless this person in the way that is most nurturing. Water singles, this is actually a really powerful time for you because this is saying you've already achieved a lot, and this is a time for the energy of your own transformation to radiate out from you. That could inspire others, that could actually be the thing that attracts another to you. So there's a lot of options here, but the big one is staying connected to God, Source, Divine. Holding that divine peace is the best look for you this month, because that's going to reveal the compassion that you naturally possess. So your first tarot is a major arcana, number 10, the Wheel, with Archangel Michael. A time of positive change, a situation moving forward, fortune is on your side. When we look at things from that perspective of everything in a certain aspect, spiritual aspect is connected, we are all moving towards a divine aspect. The wheel is the cycles of time. It's the wheel of the zodiac as well. It's all of the elements combined. Michael stands in the center kind of directing traffic, dealing with any hiccups that are showing up, but it's about standing in strength. It's standing in divine power and strength. So water singles, you are really in a very spiritual vibe this month, which is impressive considering some of the other readings I've done have been a little more intense. You are in this beautiful flowing state, water singles. So this is pretty cool. Ace of Water is your second one, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, enhancing intuition, a new home. Things are shifting for you. And when you look at things from that energy of compassion, the crown chakra, you've reached a pinnacle of sorts because you're here. You've went from all the way up through the 7. You're ready to actually start accessing some of the higher frequency chakras, the 5th dimensional chakras. And it's also saying that you're opening up to a more spiritual experience. Well, with the Ace of Water, it's saying this is your next step of the journey. You've achieved so many things up to this point, and the cycle is beginning again. You've completed one aspect, and so now you're moving back into the next aspect. But this journey, they're saying that this one, even if you do connect with somebody, it's going to be on a more spiritual aspect where you both are kind of building together and you're growing together. Now, there are other things that could be going on too, but there is going to be a lot more spirituality tied into your interactions this month, water singles. So it's going to be a lot more focused on that growth, that understanding of where you're at and how far you've come, and really tapping into that energy of the agape love. And for meditation purposes, if you are someone who likes to meditate or focus, find mantras or mandalas of some form that are tied to, attached to, and work in resonance with the crown chakra energy. And when we work with the crown, this is the beauty of the crown chakra, it's seen in a lot of the ancient texts as a 1,000-petaled lotus. My understanding through different researches I've done in meditations is that as you work through the lessons in life, the spiritual growth aspects, each petal of the lotus opens up. So the more that you focus on elevating spiritually and growing and learning the lessons versus having that karmic cycle keep spinning, it allows that lotus to open, and that really connects us into the higher frequencies in a much more powerful way. So water singles, you have a very interesting month. The relationship aspect is actually influencing the spiritual in this aspect. So we'll hop into our water couples. Before we hit that, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. Also, when I'm holding the cards up, if you intuitively pick up something different, feel free to drop it in the comments section if you're comfortable with that. It's always fun to hear what other people have to say when we are looking at intuitive aspects of cards. With that, we'll hop into the water couples. And this could be for you as the water, or your spouse could be the water, and you're basically cross-watching to kind of understand them better. And water couples, you are coming into the energy of peace at number 43, and I'm pretty sure this is also crown chakra energy. With this one, it's saying everything that is kind of built up to this point is allowing you guys to revel in the peace and beauty of each other. Your home life is actually really stable right now. It's triggering this amazingly calm energy. We have in the background of the card here, there is a crescent moon, so there's the aspect of the divine feminine is really coming up strong here, and with that, it's that nurturing, that comforting. So the home is really going to be where you guys find the most peace this month. And when I say divine feminine, it's not we're not talking in human terms, we're talking in celestial terms, so it's a lot more powerful than what we would usually think. So we are still in the 7th chakra. Planetary link is the moon, so we're also talking about connection on a intuitive level, mind to mind, heart to heart, soul to soul. So water couples, it feels like your relationship is actually really getting into a deeper place because you're able to communicate with even without words at this point. We'll go back to the book. Chandra, the Hindu goddess of the moon, or Hindu god of the moon. That's new. Anyway. Has a halo of a crescent moon, rides a reindeer, symbol of unconditional love. It is decorated with bells and a ring of blissful sounds of peace and liberation. Linked with higher consciousness, He wears pearl anklets illustrating the link to the gemstone, the pearl a sign of the depth of the sea and the soul of wisdom. So you actually are getting both masculine and feminine energy going on here. Nurturing peace, contentment, inner reflection, creative imagination, diving into memories, acting with sensitivity to others' emotions. Water couples, it's interesting how both the singles and the couples ended up in the crown, and the energy that's coming forward is really that agape aspect. But with the couples, it's also a deeper aspect of eros and phileo. Like, you're getting all of the loves here because your connection to each other is strong, it's stable, and what I'm getting right now is it's taking it to a deeper level. They're saying that this aspect of the moon, which is very intuitive, very much in the energy of water because it's very fluid and it influences the tides and all of the rest of that. So water couples, this is basically, again, your guys are in a very powerful spot. You've been through some stuff. Everyone has. But water couples, it's saying your history up to this point has strengthened the bond because you've had to deal with things. And you've had to deal with them as a couple. Sometimes it's been in the relationship, sometimes it's been outside of it, but you've come together and it's strengthened you very powerfully. You've kept God's source divine of some aspect brought into the relationship, which is also stabilizing things. So you're able to tap into your compassion, your emotions, and you're able to see the other person's side of it even when you don't want to. So your first tarot is number 14, Major Arcana as well, with balance and Archangel Zadkiel, the need for balance, moderation, cooperation, and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. This is saying you guys are in really good balance right now, and if something happens to get out of balance, this is a reminder to bring it to balance, bring it to center. At that point, the decisions will come together when they are supposed to. When you bring yourself into balance, the flow of energy between the two cups here will reset and rebalance. Finding ways to work with each other, tapping into that universal energy of the masculine and the feminine. And again, within every relationship, there's a masculine and feminine energy. It's the balance of opposites. And that's what's coming forward right now, is bringing the energies back into that state of symbiosis, of balance, from balance and from the still point, growth is possible. And this is what they're saying, is when you find peace, because these two cards really, in a lot of ways, are saying the same thing. Because you're finding peace and you're finding your balance. When you're out of balance, you don't have peace. When you're in peace, you automatically stand in balance. And that's what they're saying, is find ways to work this dance back into its perfect state. Perfect for this world. Your second card is, again, a Major Arcana, Big Life Lessons. It's number 16, with life experiences, with Archangel Kamael. Significant life events, a revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. This is the call to spiritual action. This is where things can really take a deeper step. If there's something that you and your partner have been wanting to reach out for, to try for, whether that's expanding the family, having a baby, adopting, moving to a different location, this is the time, because life experiences usually are some kind of change, but it's change for the better in most cases. That's not always the case. But in this situation, they're saying this is a time where when you find yourself peaceful and in balance, then the life experiences, those changes, those big things that can alter the course of your life, become so much easier. And that's what they're wanting to bring forward with this month, is when you are working in the energy of peace, the crown chakra, which means your connection to God's source divine is really open. You're able to hear, you're able to intuit, the signs and symbols are there, the synchronicities are like, I would have never guessed in a million years this was going to happen. This is what you're open to right now. And you have the life experiences. Archangel Kamael is such a sweet and gentle energy. The energy I always get whenever she shows up is this delicate rose gold pink type color, where she's here to embrace, to support. There may be changes, but if you work within the energy that she's offering, that she's encouraging, it allows you to make those changes in the most gentle way possible. Are they going to be big changes? More than likely. Are they going to be drastic for your situation? Yes. but is it going to lead to a better place? Of course it is. That's when you tap into spirit. The lessons, the trials, the frustrations that we deal with all become ways to enhance, to grow, to expand. And that's what's being offered to our water couples this month, is stepping into that blessing and beauty of growth, finding that point of balance, that point of stillness where you and your partner are thinking and acting as one. You're connected into God's source divine, which allows you to see the synchronicities, to see the options that are at play. And the life experiences that you have at that point are going to be a delight. Maybe after the fact, because some of them are a little challenging, but your energy is moving towards this more positive state. So with that, I will let you guys go. Water couples, water singles, you guys are really tapped into some high frequency energy this month. Use that to the best of your abilities. Allow God Source Divine to show you the more beautiful, show you the beauty of existence and of life this month. And as God Source Divine shows it to you, you spread that beauty and that light to others by your simple radiance of being. With that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of your month, and I will see you in the next video.